Good morning and welcome to today's video. If I look crazy, I think that's because it's my heart center showing up through my face. And my heart has felt very neglected and sad and a bit crazy, to be honest. It's been going through a lot. I'm pretty sure there's probably gonna be a spider that crawls into my hair from that tree that is like right there. But that's okay. A loving spider, a healing spider. Spiders are the energy healers of the universe. I think that title actually belongs to cats. But let's just go with spiders for today. So this heart, my heart has felt very just abandoned. It's felt like a dumping ground for pain. I haven't been spending much time with my heart recently. I've been kind of mad at my heart. I don't know. I've been in a really difficult relationship with my heart, and it's created a lot of exhaustion. It's created just a lot of pain in my system. And today, during the morning pages, towards the end, I just really started letting my heart write. And it just wrote how hurt it was, how it's been hurt in the past, how it feels neglected, how it needs more of me, basically, or it just needs more space, more. It wants to show up and do this work more. This helps it feel better. It loves to journal. It was telling me, like, thank you for doing this, thank you for journaling. And it's so interesting how the silence, becoming deeply immersed in silence, led me back to my heart center. So my phone is still on airplane mode, and it's been on airplane mode since yesterday at 1 p.m. At 1 p.m. and right now it's 8:30 in the morning the next day. And I just kept spending lots of time with the silence because I was just in so much pain. I was suffering a lot. I felt really cut off from my life force. I was feeling drained. I was feeling just kind of cut off from joy, cut off from like experiencing life in a really fun way, or in a positive way, you could say. And I really finally connected deeply to silence yesterday, and that was beautiful. And it was interesting how the silence kind of led me back to, hey, your heart, it needs some presence. It needs some love. Your heart's gone through a lot, and it needs someone to be there for it. Like I said, I've really kind of abused my heart center. I've just used it as a dumping ground for pain. I've taken it through so much recently. I mean, you could say in the last couple years even. I've really haven't been listening to it. I felt like I just can't. I haven't been able to listen to it. Kind of like maybe like a parent feels like they just have to do what they got to do when their kid's screaming, and they're just like, I'm sorry, kid, I have to do what I got to do to keep us alive. I've kind of felt like that with my heart center. Like I've just had to go through some stuff that have been brutal on my heart center. And I think right now my heart is saying, hey, protect me more. Support me more. Try to make decisions that help me feel better. And so I'm trying to do those things now from my heart center. And it feels good, and my heart center is even saying now, okay, thank you, I love the short video, but now I want to go be with you and rest. My heart loves to show up, and I think the more I show up for my own heart, the more it will start to open, and then the more I'll have to give. The more we show up for our own heart, the more it opens, and the more it has to give. Because when we show up for our own heart, it starts to heal, it starts to alchemize and transmute a lot of the pain it's been carrying that has either been created in childhood or we've created for it. And then we get to live a life with a more open, loving heart. But one thing we don't realize is a lot of our hearts are very sensitive. They're very powerful, but they're very sensitive, and they're like their own universe to themselves. And our hearts will speak to us, and if they, go ignored for long enough, then they're really going to close down, and our life's going to be very painful and dark and absent of joy, and absent of real deep connection to others and just to life in general. But the more time we spend with our sensitive, loving, and powerful hearts, the more time we'll get to go through life with our hearts being open. And the more we'll, like I said, the more we'll be able to just give love. And the more we'll feel connected deeply to others and life. It's like the heart center is really a gateway to experiencing this human life in a very deep way. The heart is really a gateway to experiencing this life with lots of presence and feeling one with everything. When the heart's closed, we tend to feel very separate from life. Like life, it's us against life. That's the general sense. Even if we know different, that's the general sense. But when our heart is open, it's very easy to recognize ourselves as life, as one with life, as just a part of life, and how life is here to support us. Life will hold us, and that all of life is working for our, betterment, for our just enrichment, and our own growth. So yeah, it feels good to be reconnected with my own heart. Thank God. It's been a really difficult path back to it, to be honest. When we betray our heart for long enough, the journey back to our own heart can be quite painful, and we have to face a lot of things about ourselves, a lot of shadow aspects of ourselves that we weren't expecting to face. Like our wounded heart centers, our closed heart centers are going to show us all of that stuff, and it's going to take time. It's not going to be just an immediate thing like, oh, well, we've been neglecting our heart for a couple months. Here, let me go sit with it for 10 minutes. Let me go meditate with it for an hour. I'm sure that'll just clear it all right up. And maybe it will, but a lot of times it's going to take some time. I still have a way to go with my own heart. I can feel that. Now I'm on a journey with my heart center. I thought I was on a journey with a bunch of other things, but it turns out I'm just on a journey with my own heart center right now. And the journey involves reestablishing trust with my heart center, that I'm going to really make it a priority going forward. And I'm not going to neglect it, that I'm not going to abandon it. And, that's been the hard part. For me, is recognizing like, oh, there's a lot of accumulated hurt here. And so spending time with it all day yesterday, first the silence and how the silence led me into my heart center, and then spending time with it this morning, and especially last night, I was just sitting, listening to the birds, just being with my own heart. And that's what I realized it needs more than anything. It doesn't need me to fix it. It doesn't need some mantra. It just needs me to be with it, to listen to it, to let it speak about its hurt, its ouch. And it needs to feel that there's just a loving presence here for it, and that I care again. It's felt like I just haven't cared about it for a while. And then just think about anyone in your life, when they feel like you don't care about them, they shut down. It's the same with our heart center. And so if we can make our heart centers a really huge priority in our life, they're gonna, like, every drop we give them, they give us 10 drops back. Them meaning our heart. Every moment we give to our heart of loving, compassionate, and kindness, it's gonna give us like tenfold back. That's what the heart loves to do. The heart just loves to give. It just needs to know that it matters. It needs to hear you and feel your presence. And this is what my heart is teaching me, and it feels really, really good to start reconnecting with it in a deep way. And I hope that this video might inspire you to start reconnecting with your heart center. And even if you have to go through things your heart doesn't want to do, at least stay connected with your heart during those times, and try not to just push it away like a child that's annoying you, right? Like, oh, come on, heart, why are you hurting so much? We got to go through this. And I think that's the tendency. And for me, I'm learning, like, I just want to be connected to my heart. I might have to go through things that it doesn't feel good to my heart center, but I'm going to do my best just to stay connected to my heart the whole way through, to listen to it, to hear it, and to hold some loving space for it. So sending you all so much heart love, so much love for your wounded, perhaps closed hearts. And I hope this video, like I said, it can offer some support when it comes to reconnecting with that heart. I know it's hard, it might have a lot of pain in it, but it's really worth the journey. It's really worth, at times, like I said, painful and kind of heartbreaking journey back to the heart. It's a bit heartbreaking when you start connecting to your heart again, because all the past heartbreaks that it's been carrying come up to be seen, to be felt, to be healed. And that's what was happening last night as I was falling asleep, or as I was meditating before sleep, as I just felt a lot of heartbreak coming up. A lot of pain that my heart was storing and carrying was coming up for me to see. And I think that's why we tend to kind of, disregard the heart, not intentionally, but just kind of on accident, because we know there's a lot, subconsciously at least, we know there's a lot of pain there. But I promise it's worth the journey, and that once you start feeling through the heartbreak and the stored up pain and the wounds, and your heart starts to just even open a little again, you're going to feel just so much like more refreshed, and so much more like kind of just like this brand new person that can relate to life in a whole new way, that can relate to life through the heart again. Because maybe, like myself, you had been relating to life kind of more through other centers, because that was kind of the necessity. But the more you take the journey back into your heart center and alchemize and transmute all the pain that's stored there, the more you start, like I said, feeling like you're relating to life through the heart center again, which just means feeling like you're one with life, feeling joy, feeling this inspiration to give your gifts. These are all the gifts that connecting back to your heart center provides you with. And these are gifts you came here to experience. So take the journey back into your heart center, be with the pain, let yourself cry, let yourself feel the rage and the grief. And then you will know yourself as one with life, and you will feel that life is here to support you and to help you, and that this universe is a helpful and supportive universe. That you're not at odds with life, that you don't need to fight life, that it's not you against life. So yeah, this video came from my heart center, which is wounded, but actually this video is part of my heart healing. This video is part of my journey back to my own heart. And maybe I look 10% less crazy than I did at the beginning. And we tend to start looking more sane and feeling ourselves as more of this, light being, more of this loving being when our heart starts opening, when our heart starts healing. And so that's what I'm feeling more of in just these 12 or 13 minutes. So yeah, so good to be here with you guys. Sending you all so much love, and I will see you in the next video. Namaste.